Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel and a brand new video. So today me and Dad are going to go to the pub. Lucas wants to stay in and he's out tomorrow because he's seeing his dad anyway, which is really nice. We've had a chill day. Waited for a phone call, it didn't happen. We had lunch, our main meal for lunch, so that we can be free to just go on off out. I tried a new makeup look. I don't know if I like it, but it's on now, and I forgot to put lipstick on, so I'm going to go and take that and my mirror with me so I can pop it on ready, because I forgot. As you can see, I don't have it, so I best go and do that. And yes, I have makeup on because it's our first time in a pub since ages ago, since we were last allowed to go in them, so it's gonna feel good. Obviously we're gonna have to sit outside, but I mean, look at that. Not focusing, but it's so beautiful. Why would you want to sit inside anyway? So I have a colour on, looking good, just waiting to go. I put socks on with the shoes that don't look great, but last time I wore them without socks I got blisters and I really want to wear them, so I'm just going to do it anyway. I will see you guys when we get there. So me and Dad are at the pub. We've had a few drinks. We're gonna get something to eat. We had our main meal, but you know when you want a snack, gotta have a snack. Got some nice Thatcher's Gold, which I'm enjoying. Really, really nice. So we're gonna be here for a little bit longer, and then we've got to not be here too long because it's a little bit of a drive to get back. We've come to our favourite pub called The Crown, and we absolutely love it here. The drinks are nice, the people are lovely, the owners live here, and it's so lovely. Honestly, you couldn't find nicer people. As you know, and I was sat here. Dad noticed down here, right here, Look what it says. That is actually quite funny. I had to show you that. So, I've come in because I need the loo and it's a good excuse to warm up because it's really cold. There's more than one entrance to the toilet and I was like, which one do I take? And they told me. They really appreciated that I asked because I know people that don't ask, they just come in and like, oh, you know, hello. They're so good with the ladies' toilets here. They provide you with like hand cream and all sorts of women's things, and they really cater for us in here, and it's really, really nice. I just thought I would pop in and mention that. And my makeup, I've warmed to it, okay? I kind of like it. It's good. I just want to mention that the word that you saw, we told one of the members of staff because we thought it was really funny, and the man had said, all the years I worked here, I hadn't seen that before. And me and Dad kept laughing, and the bloke who was sat behind us said, oh, I done it. I thought, oh yeah, he's joking because he's friends with them. No, he actually did do it. That is the funny thing. He actually did do that, like years ago, and he wrote it in for a joke. He did half a day, did that, and got the sack. So maybe when you're doing that kind of job, maybe don't write that word. I mean, I know you wouldn't, but it's just funny. I had to put that in there. Oh my goodness, we've only just stopped laughing at it. I can't even tell you. Can you imagine if it was any other word? Oh dear. See you guys later. That's what I mean by when I say they really cater for us women. I'm in an old style pub. I'm loving it. It's my favourite one. Me and Dad love coming here. But look how nice. Like, I love that brand as well. Yeah, I've got to use some before I go. You can't not. So beautiful. The colours on it too. I had to get that in here. It's a really nice pub. I can't show too much, but look. It's just nice. So I'm sat in the car because Dad's just going for a wee and there's literally nowhere to go. Otherwise it means going into a pub and they're like, oh, can you buy something if you're going? And that's no point. And it's dark and there's no one about anyway. We have been out quite late because some man started talking to us, really intelligent man actually, really lovely guy, and he started talking to me and Dad and we had a great conversation. We've been to some of the places we've been to, he's been to as well, and it was nice to chat about similar things that we've been up to, which is really, really nice. I had to phone Lucas because it was getting late and I was like, we might be a bit later home, so let's just have it. I thought I don't want him to worry about us because later than planned. I mean, we didn't plan to come back early or late. We didn't really plan anything. We just went out and just had a great time. It was really cold and I needed to warm up, so I had a coffee. Dad had a tea in the end, and it was really, really nice just to get out. You know, to have a break from the screen. It's just nice, you know. So Dad's going to be back soon and we're going to be heading home. And then when we get home, I'm going to get my pyjamas on, take my makeup off. And yeah, that's the plan. So we just got back home and it's absolutely freezing outside. I'm lovely and warm in here and I'm glad that we've come back home. So pretty much I'm going to get my pyjamas on. I'm forgetting that the drawers that were right in front of me are now in the other room. So I don't actually know why I'm in here. But to be fair, I could get my makeup off. That might be a good idea. What's going on with the camera? Why is it looking like that? Never mind. So, makeup off, because I've had it on for ages and I don't want to forget that it's on and go to sleep with it on, and well, I've lost count how many times I've done that, you know. So we spoke to a really nice man and we were talking about lots of different things, where he's from and culture, how things are different now to the way they used to be. And honestly, I'm glad I grew up in the times that I did compared to now, because, you know, kids these days can't go like a day without technology. I know we rely on it quite a lot now, but I grew up with, you know, not knowing any different, and it was really good. You know, I'd go out and play and, you know, explore the outside, climb trees and stuff. But kids now, they just, oh, I just got 10 points on such and such. Oh, I'm this level, and I'm like, I'm so glad that's not my generation. I like technology. I don't want to depend on it that much. Do you know what I mean? I'm just glad I had the childhood I did. I mean, I didn't have the best, but I mean, with what I grew up with, you know, I loved the toys that I had when I was young. I loved my Barbies. Any 24-year-olds or 23-year-olds out there who remembers when Barbie was really good. I say that, no, not really. She's better now because they got different size and shape Barbies, and they're not all the same skinny Barbie, you know. I like that they got different coloured Barbies, like the black Barbie and all things like that. I love that. That might have been a thing when I was growing up, but I don't remember. And then you had my brother with his Hot Wheels cars and action men. It reminds me, I remember the advertisement, Hot Wheels, beat that, and they would show them going really fast. Did any of you guys have Hot Wheels growing up? Are they still a thing? Are they still being made? I'd love to know that, because I genuinely, I don't know. If Hot Wheels are still being made, then wow, that's really good. I remember with the old videotapes, me and my brother used to use them and make a massive car park out of them. And one time it took us, over an hour to make this car park out of the videotapes. And Mum and Dad have only just come downstairs from being upstairs. And they told us off because it took over most of the living room and it looked like a giant mess. And we were really proud of how hard we worked on that car park. It covered the whole of the living room floor. It took us ages. So, parents, if you're watching this, why? Do you know how hard we worked? Oh my goodness. And we would have them all, say, a lot thicker than this. We'd have them all laying flat like this. And then the last two, we would have standing up. We would have standing up like this. and there would be, you know, when someone's standing there, and we would have someone sat, and we pretended there was a person in the box that would go, "Tickets, please," like when we would go in and out. And I don't know, we just loved it, making our car parks. And we always used to do a thing when we would play Barbies and Action Men. We'd put them in the car, we'd go round and round and round in a circle, and then they would fall in this thing, get soaking wet, because I think there was either an Emmerdale or an EastEnders episode where there was people driving and they fell in a lot of water and got drenched, and we could never play Barbies and Action Man until we had done that first. It was like a ritual. Every time we had done that, they would pretend like, screaming panic. They would be dry in seconds. And after we had done that, it's right, we can play Barbies and Action Men now. I don't know why we always did that. And we did do a thing also when we were young where we used to chuck the Barbies and Action Men high in the air to see who could throw it the highest and catch it again. And my brother, with one of his Action Men, it chucked it that high, it fell on the roof of our childhood house, and it stayed there for years and years, and he never saw it again. I mean, you'd see it all the time when we went in the garden, but I mean, never saw it as in to play with it again. And we had so much fun and laughters in that garden. It's the very garden where he broke my arm. Now that is another story. So I figured that I might as well explain the story. There's so many though. So I had mentioned it briefly on TikTok. That reminds me of something else I want to mention after this story. So we were playing in the back garden. Mum and Dad were still married at this point. I don't know if it was before things started to happen. It was, because I was 5-6 years old. It might have been just before the bad stuff happened. I don't know. Anyway, so we were playing in the garden. At this point we had a climbing frame, which we bloody loved, by the way. We had a swing that their friends that they both had at the time had given Ryan. It was a blue swing, I remember it, blue and yellow. I think our climbing frame was blue and yellow. We loved it. We had hours of fun on it. And we also we had a slide which was kept a lot of the time next to the climbing frame, but it had been moved towards the middle of the grass because we used to love pushing my brother's cars down there, and I used to sit at the top and we'd push them down. That was fun. We really enjoyed that. And so this was one occasion. Don't know why I'm still holding this. I need to chuck them in a bin. There's loads there actually. So there was this one occasion where, say for example, this was the slide. Okay, and I don't know. This is me. So the slide was here. I was stood at the side. So I was literally stood at the side, but facing that way. No, I was facing this way, the house. So I was facing the house, the slide was there, and Ryan, who's my brother, I'm sure he won't mind me saying his name. So Ryan had decided for, I know, Elisa stood there, let's push the slide. And he didn't really think anything of it. I didn't move away fast enough, and it fell on me, and I fell. I literally full on pounced. I fell on this arm, the arm I used to write with, and I'm right-handed, so I did a lot with this arm. I still do, you know. and I was obviously in incredible pain. I thought it was my right leg, because, well, more so my left leg, because where the slide had really whacked it one, and it was a really old-fashioned, really one of those proper good metal ones. Really, really good slide. I forget who gave us the slide. I don't know if mum and dad got it, or grandparents, auntie. I don't know who got it for us, but we had hours of fun on it, just like we did on our climbing frame. And obviously I thought it was my leg, and I was walking in the house limping. Didn't think once at all about whether it could have been one of my arms or anything. Where I was limping, I was like, my leg, and my leg was in that much pain. It took away, or it was a distraction of the pain that I had in my arm, which I didn't really focus on, because my leg was hurting that much. We had gone in the lounge. I was really hysterically crying. I mean, when you're 5-6 years old, you're gonna cry about it. It was really painful. So obviously, all 4 of us went to a hospital. The very hospital me and Ryan were born at, so they had our medical records and everything. So, and it was the nearest anyway. So we went there, and we waited a really long time, because, you know, waiting rooms, hospital, you're gonna wait ages. So we had done that. We got to the x-ray area. We waited there and had my x-ray done on my arm, and it went alright. I mean, it was my first ever one, because it was my first ever time of breaking anything, so I hadn't known what it was like to go through an x-ray before. So it was kind of cool, I suppose, to have gone through something new, but for a bad reason, because x-rays are not because of something good, isn't it? You know. So that happened, and then, you won't believe this, the woman had given the x-ray, we had the photo, and then we had to wait to see someone else, which we did do. We did see that someone else, which was great. And then we got told some news that we were sort of shocked about, that we didn't think it was what the lady had said it was.
2 hours.
It did feel like 2 hours later, because you know when they say they start beating around the bush, and my parents are just like, just get on with it, what's happened? You know, worried parents as they were. I think one was more worried than the other one. And the lady had said, oh, she's just sprained it, she'll be okay. And my mum argued with her and said, look, I know she's broken it, I know she hasn't sprained it, I can tell. And Dad's like, no, she's professional, she knows what she's talking about. If she sprained it, she sprained it. And my mum's like, I don't care who she is, what she is, I know she hasn't sprained it, I know she's broken it. So obviously we heard from the professional saying that I had sprained it, and the best thing we could do was for them to have given me Calpol for the pain, and they sent us home, and that was it. We thought that was it, but my mum knew that wasn't it, and I'm glad that she knew, because it was really swollen and like 2-3 times the size. It was so bad, honestly, and the bone was nearly out. Awful. We went back the next day, and my mum said, I told them yesterday that she had broken it. They said she sprained it, we waited all those hours to be told something it wasn't. And obviously, stressful mum at the time. And it turns out, obviously, I had broken it after they did another x-ray, waiting all those hours again to say to my mum, oh yeah, you're right, she broken it. So 6 weeks I had it in the cast. I hated it at first, but then I started to love it because I had to have an LSA in my lessons at school, and they had to write for me because obviously I couldn't write with it very well. And when it came to bath times, I'd have to have it wrapped in a black bag and have it hanging out. And it was so... my arm was really aching. And there was this... we went on a family outing. And there was this particular day, my arm was really painful and I just cried my eyes out. And then the moments where this part would get really, really itchy, and I would find all sorts of thin things to get in there and itch it. I wasn't really supposed to, you know, when it's really itchy. Yeah. Anyway, that's a bit of a story time. I thought you might want that having in there, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to end it here because it's quite long. I love you all so much. Oh, we're having fibre installed on our end of the road because we've done the bottom end. The internet's been so bad recently. So if you don't see me tomorrow, that's why. I will... that's what I want to mention before I end it. I still can't post on TikTok, which is really frustrating me. So I'll update you on that as soon as I know that I can post again. I can support people, I can go live, I just can't post. But when Lucas is playing games, I can't go live on it because every time I do, it crashes his games and does all sorts, and yeah, not good. I was talking about how we're so dependent on technology. Anyway, I love you all so much, and fingers crossed to see you tomorrow. If not, I'll see you as soon as I'm able to. Bye everybody.